Personal injury lawyers seek justice against drunk drivers, negligent nursing homes, and the like. The Dallas law firm of Frenkel and Frenkel has built a reputation as a strong legal team respected by other personal injury lawyers. But in the process, the firm has also acquired another reputation as a team that can successfully take on any size case.
All right, Mandy, what we're going to try and accomplish today is for you to help me understand what happened in your car wreck.
It doesn't matter whether it's reconstructing an accident scene, investigating medical malpractice, researching nursing home negligence. Attorney Mark Frankel isn't the only one doing his homework. His clients also get plenty of preparation for doing battle against bigger legal opposition. But Frenkel and Frankel says it has an edge. It knows how the opposition thinks.
You have to understand that I started out, as did my brother, working for the defense side. So I had my training representing doctors, hospitals, and large corporations. One of the things that we wanted to do was, and I know it sounds cliche, but we wanted to fight for the, quote, little guy, because it takes a lot of resources to go up against these companies, these doctors, these hospitals, these nursing homes, and their attorneys. It's almost impossible for someone to bring a medical malpractice case by themselves. There are a litany of procedural traps.
Scott Frankel and his legal team navigate their way around those traps with 3D modeling, computer animation, compelling audiovisual ammunition for juries. But in its quest for justice, Frenkel and Frankel also make sure the scales are balanced between technical know-how and helping clients deal with the emotional side of the personal injury arena.
You know, our title's attorney and counselor. I take the counselor part of that very seriously. At the onset, we give them a roadmap of what to expect because litigation is no fun. They know what our job is. They know what their job is. We work hand in hand with our clients. And so it really is a team effort.
And joining us now is Mark Frankel. He is the co-founder of the Frenkel and Frankel law firm. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
When you take on these big, complex personal injury cases where you might be going up against a major corporation, ton of lawyers they can throw at this, a lot of money, a lot of resources, how do you match that in terms of being effective going up against that kind of money and staff?
Right, and we do it every day. We're taking on billion-dollar corporations, Ivy League lawyers, stablefuls of lawyers with unlimited funds. We've got to match them financially, and then we have to match them technically, and then we have to match them with our manpower, and we can do all of that.
So you have the latest technology, audio-visual aids to help visualize these cases for the juries. All of that, you have the same access to the same tools.
Absolutely, if not better, because we can bring in the best accident reconstructionists from around the country. We have contacts with the best doctors that can explain to the jury what happened to our clients. And for example, we even have a medical doctor on staff that can help us identify the medical legal issues for our clients.
Let me approach that question from a different angle, though. You have all this staff, you have all of these resources. How do you make sure that the contact with you is not lost during that time, that the person bringing the complaint can still get a hold of you anytime they want to and talk about this?
Our firm decided early on that we wanted to be available 24/7. And we always have been because our clients' problems aren't 9 to 5. If you've lost a loved one, if you're at home in a wheelchair because an 18-wheeler ran you off the road or a drunk driver hit you, we're going to be there for you, whatever it takes, 24/7. We're your lawyers.
And the reason I ask that is because you're not just attorneys, as your brother Scott told us, you're also counselors, and also in the kind of emotional sense of that word, these are people who have gone through a great loss, and they're seeking help from you as much as you can provide them in terms of justice and things like that. Tell me how seriously you accept that role as well.
You cannot divorce yourself emotionally from the case. That's what these cases are about. And there may be a tendency after doing this almost 20 years to become hardened, but we don't. And we draw on our own personal lives, things that have happened to us when we are attending a client's funeral, when we're representing the family that's lost a loved one, when we're visiting them in the hospital. All along the way, we're there for the family, both as counselors and as attorneys.
Tell me how you battle the kind of stereotypes and misperceptions that are out there about personal injury lawyers. I would imagine no matter how professional you are about things, how much access and resources and staff that you have, that somebody's always going to have a negative image of what you do. How do you battle that?
Well, first, it's just what you said. We have to conduct ourselves professionally every day. We have to have the moral high ground every day because we are being judged through that lens. So the other things you can look for, who refers us cases? A lot of times it's the same defense lawyers we've beat in court, and they'll send us their friends and family because they know we do a great job. It may be because we've been selected by our peers in D Magazine, my partner Scott Frankel and I as being some of the best lawyers in Dallas. I routinely speak to the Texas trial lawyers and advanced consumer law centers on those types of issues, and that's what I would say separates us.
You've also, I understand, been highlighted in a national news network regarding a recent case that you won.
That's right. There was a $1.7 million verdict that took 2.5 years, and the resources we brought to bear, 9 depositions across 2 states, and Brian Ross did an extensive piece on Nightline highlighting us, our client, and the success we've had.
Great. Mark Frankel is the co-founder of Frenkel Frenkel Law Firm. Thanks so much for your time and good luck with the firm.
Thanks for having me.
For Spark 360, I'm Renee San Miguel.